Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. The 300ZX Turbo project behind me here. I thought today I'd do a bit of a walkthrough on the restoration work that's been done under the hood. Well, and the mechanical work, but I'll just walk through that. The videos are all there on the channel of the work that's been done, so this is kind of an overview and then showing you the cosmetic restoration that's been done. For those of you who haven't followed along with the series, this is an 86 300ZX Turbo. So that's the Z31 platform and the VG30 ET engine in it. I picked it up local to me out here on Vancouver Island, so the west coast of Canada, and an area that's pretty much salt-free. It has 170,000 kilometers on it, which is about 106 or so thousand miles on it. It was last on the road in 2018 before I bought it, and I drove it the 100K down from where I got it down to our house here. And it's been sitting in the garage for about 6 months now. Done all the brakes, suspension, underbody is all done and restored, and now mechanically it's done as well. So I think it's a good time to walk through where we are. Now, I know full well that once, I get it finished and get it out on the road and get some shakedown miles on it, I'll be back under the hood fiddling with stuff. That's inevitable. But at least for the moment, it's everything that I think needed doing is done, so I can draw a line in the sand with that. So we'll have a look and I'll show you what I managed to accomplish under there. Now, like any good video that's going to show you, something that the person, me in this case, is proud of, we're going to start with what it was. So you get to see what it looked like when I brought it home, and then we'll ta-da, open the hood and give you the big reveal, what it looks like now. So let's go for a trip down memory lane first. I'll show you what it looked like when I got her home. A lot of work there, but it's been fun, and to me the results make it worthwhile. So, to summarize mechanically, timing belt, water pump, thermostat housing, or thermostat rather, cylinder head temp sensor, cam seals, because they were both leaking, not chronically, but they were both leaking. So all that's been done, and then obviously, like everything else under here, is I took the parts off. They've been cleaned, they've been painted, they've been polished, restored. So that was done, and then once I got that all finished, we took all the upper intake collector off so I could do valve cover gaskets. This one particularly was leaking, and you can't get that off without taking all of this off. So gives me a great opportunity to clean up and restore things when it's all apart like that. We've restored up under the battery tray area. There was surface rust. It wasn't rot, but there was a little bit of surface rust where water collects there. What else? Oh, this car has an AC delete. That's about the only non-original thing here, other than that air filter rather than the old air filter box. The AC compressor was missing when I bought it, and as well as the pulley system. So I've just basically finished the delete. I've taken all the hoses off. The condenser's still down here and the condenser fan's still there, but all the hoses have been gone. Other than that, everything else is intact up here as it would have left the factory. So you do have a bit of a spaghetti of hoses and wires and everything, but it's nevertheless, it's all done, it's cleaned up. So so what else have I done cosmetically? A lot of these parts had a combination of black paint and what would have been, I think, like a zinc coating on them originally. Now that, I'd say corrodes, but yeah, there's a surface corrosion that appears on it, and they just sort of go a dull gray. So I originally set out to do everything a satin black. So everything tied in, everything matched. All this here was all done satin black. And then sort of partway through, sort of changed my mind a little bit and introduced the gloss black in here, which is where you see the shock tower covers. There's been a turbo, of course. It originally had electronic adjustable suspension. So those were done a gloss black with a clear coat, as was all the timing belt covers down here, and you know, assorted components on the engine were done with the black. And then I did the gold, obviously, and the valve covers, the intake charge pipe. There's a coolant pipe down there. It's done. Obviously, the fuel pressure regulator's always done that, and the cosmetic cover there, the jewelry in the engine bay, if you will. Now, I got to admit, I waffled on this right up to the point where I was putting the intake back on, because at that point, it's like I'm not taking it apart again to take this valve cover off. But I really did waffle between the gold and redoing a crinkle red. But I finally settled on the gold. I like the result. I've polished this up here, and then I've picked out, there, as you can see there, in the red. Now it sounds maybe a little silly or a little bit too much like a TV show, but I like that it sort of carries on that theme from the red brakes and the red springs and the gold shocks that are at all four corners. So the black and gold theme on the white car. So if anyone's interested, that gold is a VHT caliper paint. I don't know if you can see that there. So that's what I used, and then it has about 3 coats of satin clear on top of it, which gives it that satin finish, which I think contrasts really nicely with the gloss black around. I don't think there's much else I need to do under here, really. She's pretty much done. All the hoses have been cleaned up, all the vac lines are new. Oh, I did put this kind of woven cover on the harnesses, rather than the sort of wrapped stuff, and combination of the ribbed cover and that. For the most part, I like it. A couple of things I would have done differently. I think I would have taken the fuel injector wiring, unwrapped it further back, and then rerouted it a little tidier, and probably bought the smaller size down so it would bend easier. But I'm not taking it apart again now, so but I guess for the future I would probably have done that. And what else? All the hose clamps have been done on the gold too, to tie the color in. A couple of things that still need to be done. I need to still order the decal that goes on the relay there, and I'm probably going to get the one for the fusible link box there as well. So there's a new decal on that. Overflow and washer bottles obviously were out and cleaned. Everything is clean down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but even down to the splash shield has all been cleaned up and prettied up. And then this whole front rail here was all cleaned up, and this has been repainted. I repainted this all the way across here, so it's nice and clean. Any little marks and chips that were taken care of. Like I said, cone filter, nothing fancy there, but trying that. The hood, took the insulating blanket off. It was very tatty. Can't seem to find them anymore, so I've just taken it off, cleaned, polished, and waxed all this under here. I did leave a couple of the service records still there from 20 some odd years ago. What else did we do under here? Oh, there's new hosing for the washer nozzles, just because the old ones had gone yellow and looked almost an orange color, looked yucky. So those are nice and clean. Cleaned up under the scuttle tray here. So that's all been cleaned up and polished. These little vents were all repainted. A lot of degreasing, all the little parts just cleaned up. New plugs, of course, new rotor, cap, all that good stuff has all been done. Should also point out the flaps or rain covers that go on the back of the pop-ups here, pop-up lights, and cover this area, have to be redone. I've got the old ones off. They're tatty, but they're there, so I have templates. I'm going to try and make my own, and if I do, I'll do a video on it, show what I managed to accomplish there. So have to take care of that as well down the road. All right, there we are. There's a quick summary of the restoration work under the hood. A bit of me patting myself on the back, I guess, but yeah, that's where we are with that now. For me, next is going to be working on the interior, so we'll be starting a whole series of videos of me trying to bring the interior back to hopefully close to the level I've gotten under the hood to look like. So that's going to take quite a while. It's going to be a lot of work, but looking forward to it, something different. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy any of them on the series, like, subscribe. It's much appreciated for the channel. And, you know, check back in, keep checking in. We're going to continue to work on it. Like I said, we'll do interior, and then there's still the exterior work to do and stuff like that. So several months of work at least left here yet before she hits the road and hopefully hits a few car shows. So in the meantime, everybody drive safe out there. Have a great day, and I hope I see you back here. See you later.